Film an episode of God Talks, but it's the first one I'm doing where my life's not in danger. It's the first time I'm doing it, and my life is not in danger. Something else that my biological dad, we gotta stop disrespecting both your parents' children. You gotta don't listen to me when you see me disrespecting my parents. That's not God talking. That's not me doing what's pleasing in the Lord's sight. That is doing something not pleasing. But we're trying to get our mom on God Talks, because something else my biological parent taught me is to call someone when your life is in danger. I still haven't learned to do this in the moment, so I'm practicing right now. When you're black children, it is imperative that you practice. And as you can see, I have on a hospital gown. I paid good money to get a hospital gown so that I can really reenact. Okay, because this is how much people fuck with me, children. And cussing ain't of God either, but that's not swearing. We're going to teach you what swearing is. But he taught us call someone, and hopefully they record the interaction once they hear the person you're talking to, because usually it's law enforcement, children. And if you don't know, law enforcement has a gun, and a gun can kill you. And I promise you, no matter what you're going through in life eventually gets better. Me and my mother went through a lot, and today she put me in contact with another relative. So there's been 2 times in my life where I had to move to a foreign land where I didn't really know anybody. This time I know the people of where I'm going, but both times I didn't know anybody. You know what I'm saying? I had to move to a foreign land. Who does this sound like, children? Sounds like the father Abraham, sounds like the father Isaac, and it sounds like the father Jacob. The reason why we respect them so much is because this is one of the scariest things that you can ever do, children. Move to a land where you own no land, where you have no property, where you have no money, where you have no means to take care of yourself. Even like the first time I did this, I at least had a car. So in my head, I was like, all right, mom, I'm going to get there. I'm going to live in my car. I can shower at my gym. I'm literally saying these exact same things to her again. But my mother is one of the wisest people I've ever met. And she informed me of a woman named Aunt Noreen. Aunt Noreen is a family member who is a family member, not because you're DNA, but it's because you're a person and they love you because you come from the same tribe as them. When you have family, a family member should not give you an excuse. A family member should not give you anything but you're in need and I will help you. That my mother has been the only person in my tribe, children, my entire life. She told me when I was the age of 2, I'll never forget this, because she told me I was the man now. And she told me that I was her gang and she was my gang, and we gang for life. That's the simplest way I want you to remember this, is somebody that's in your tribe is in your gang. Meaning I should say to you, my mother's name is this, just like they do in the Bible. I come from this person. This is my mother. This is my father. And off of me telling you that, children, I should be received with love. That's not an often thing where I come from. A lot of people claim to be in the same tribe as you, but when you need them, when you have a real life situation, they say, I'll pray for you, go in peace. The Bible, Jesus himself tells you, children, that is not your relative. And this, children, is why I get locked in psych wards. So let's take a break. It's not even been 5 minutes. The clock is rolling and I'm recording this so that you can see the clock rolling. It's been 4 minutes now, right now. And I start talking about Jesus, children. I start talking about my mother. I start talking about things that give me peace, that give me calmness, because you as the police officer, you're acting kind of weird, buddy. And now you're reaching for your gun and your hand is shaking, buddy. And I just told you that Jesus told me that you were sent here to assassinate me, and you start acting really, really strange. And now I'm freaking out because holy shit, you were really sent here to do that, because your tone shifted. Your mannerisms shifted. You are the one who looks like you're hopped up on drugs right now, not me. And I'm saying this to you, and your badge is supposed to be recording, because you know that your badge is supposed to be recording. This is a real life incident, children. This is the most recent time that God saved my life. And I had to go get a very massive rock, because until my father, Michael J. Brooks Sr., he will always be the senior because he taught me some things that literally can save my life that I never comprehended. So I was never able to save my life. Because if you tell someone that you're recording this, they can take your phone and shut it off, especially if they have a gun. This never dawned on me, because I would always think to myself, I'm gonna be the next George Floyd. I'm gonna die in a blaze of glory because I'm recording this. So I would tell the person in confidence, I'm recording this, and they'd be like, "You're recording this? Oh, okay." And then they take my weapon, my phone, shut it off, and now shit, now I'm really dependent on God. You see what I'm saying? So then I eventually learned to stop telling them that. But then if there's a secret channel of people following you, this gets really creepy, children. If there's a channel of people following you, they eventually let the person know before they engage with you, hey, these are the weapons of combat that they carry. This is why you never want to reveal your art of war, children. You know, this is something else my biological father taught me. He taught me a lot in a very short time before I burned that bridge. And you burn bridges with people that actually care about you when you constantly surround yourself by people who don't care about you. This is why I'm trying to teach you in the first installment of God Talks, what I call God Talks, the big commandments. Like, the people of Israel asked him to teach him how to walk with him so that they wouldn't die in a blaze of glory. And he spent 2 books. He spent the end of Exodus and he spent Leviticus, I want to say, because the end of Exodus gets really freaking long, children. It's really hard to read the end of Exodus, so you feel like the people of Israel. You like, man, God, you talking for a long time, bro. I'm a hungry guy. Like I wasn't with the making the calf and stuff like that. I'm thinking about the food. That's where my mind is always at. So whenever it deals with food, I relate to the people of Israel. That's my sin. I'm not with the making the calf thing. But you realize, okay, I need a Big 10. What's the Big 10? And one of the Big 10 things I would teach you if you never read the Bible a day in your life, because that's all I do is read the Bible. Make sure that you know the difference between gang and tribe. You're supposed to listen to God, because God is the first member of your gang. His name is God the Father, Jesus the Son, and Jacob the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the Holy Three. And know who's not a part of your tribe. Your mom, your dad are 2 people who are always a part of your tribe. You just got to learn what those 2 things mean. It's not necessarily the person that gave birth to you. I have a lot of moms. I have a lot of good dads. The second person in your tribe is Aunt Johnny or Aunt Noreen. Okay, it's a person that will take care of you. I give you 2 different names when it comes to that. And the third person in your tribe is your Uncle Rodney, your Uncle Tim, your Uncle Larry, your Uncle Kurt, your Uncle Brian. I got a lot of uncles. I got a couple aunties. I got one mom. I got a lot of dads. I got one mom, and I got what are called adoptive mothers too. There's a lot of people that can be in your tribe and be in your gang, but you got to figure those out. Because right now, if I was talking to a police officer, they would have to have left me alone at some point, because now I've been talking for like 8 minutes, but I'm not talking to myself, which is how they can lock you up. Because if you just start talking to yourself about people who are important to you or about things that are important to you, they can lock you up and call you schizophrenic and call you bipolar and call you manic, because wow, I just sat there and listened to this person talk to themselves for going on 10 minutes. But if I'm talking to the police officer, now he can also call me those exact same things, children, because the rationale shifts to, okay, I listened to him babble on about him being Jesus. You heard me talk about Jesus a good amount of times. So what they take from that is he thinks he's Jesus. That you just heard a very organized train of thoughts, and it's not always this articulate, because there's a gun with the other person in the situation and I'm unarmed and I can't defend myself. And even if I try to defend myself, I'm going to jail for a very long time. The situation is not set up for you to win when you're black. It is. They've come up with a lot of loopholes to make sure that you lose, even if you're not doing anything. Because in 90% of these situations, I'm just living my life. I'm at a movie theater and the cops get called on me. Like, why did the cops get called on me at a movie theater? They said you were harassing someone in the parking lot. We go look at the film. I walked in carrying a freaking Bible, sat down, and laughed at a movie. I can't even laugh at a movie in public because if somebody white gets offended, they can say that I assaulted them in the parking lot with no proof. No proof. And I'm telling you, children, the SWAT team shows up. Like a lot of people with a lot of guns, and you're like, am I the fucking Joker, man? And if you swear, children, that also gets you locked up. So you got to be very careful. Like I've sworn a few times, but it's usually so much anger inside because you're not doing anything. Like I've been stopped at a gas station, and it's like, is this white person gonna walk up? Are they gang or are they not gang? And if they not gang, they calling the cops on you. And if you ain't got something to protect yourself, it's gonna be a long night. And do not let them know that you're recording the conversation, children. That is not for them to know. That is something else that my father taught me to do. Because I would always let them know so that they're not afraid with my hands up like, hey, I'm just recording this for my safety so that I don't get shot again, which has happened. It's not fun to be shot, children. I promise you, you don't want that to happen. Like, what did Cat Williams say? Don't know bitches come out. Don't know music start playing. You know what I'm saying? It's been 11 minutes. And I would have already been arrested, detained, stripped of all my belongings, stripped of all my clothing, put in this stupid-ass hospital gown. And that gets us to the point of the psych ward portion of this episode, but I'm gonna cut it off because I really want to thank my mom for some amazing things she did. But you get the point. I'm gonna take this damn gown off because that's my favorite part of getting out of the psych ward is when you can take this goddamn gown off your. And they take your chains from you. They take your Jesus chains. And it's like, bro, I'm not going to hang myself with a cross that I keep around my neck to keep me from killing myself. What are you saying? And if you say that, then they lock you up for more time because they're like, he said he was suicidal. And it's like, no, I didn't. I said I keep myself from killing myself. Don't you understand that eventually you would have to let me out of here? And my horrible experience in this place, if I was really struggling with suicide, would probably make me go commit suicide. Like, don't you understand that you are hurting the thing that you're claiming to help? But they don't care, children. I care. And that's why when I get enough money, I'm going to open me psych ward clinics where people actually want to come because they're actually getting help. Don't nobody get helped in these goddamn psych. If people get helped in these psych ward clinics, it's by accident. It is not on purpose. It is not by design. It is because they hire some people that actually care about people and they want to see you get better. It's not because of the people running the ship. I guarantee you, because those be the ones that make you want to kill yourself the most. Like, oh my goodness. And I love telling them that. I'm like, I ain't suicidal, but if I was, I want you to know that you would contribute to me killing myself when I got out of here. I figured out how to speak the language and put it in a way that lets them know I'm going to sue you without saying the words I'm going to sue you. But we going to talk about all that and more. This has been 13 minutes or less. I pray you have been blessed by the best. Bless.